Today's video is about the key takeaways from the book, Principles, by Ray Dalio. Principles Life and Work is written by one of the richest men on the planet, that tells you in great detail the principles by which he built his success. In his book, Ray Dalio puts together more than 40 years of experience to create a set of principles that can help those who adopt them achieve success in both life and business. He postulates that life, management, economics and investing can all be systemized into rules and understood like machines. He also lays out the most effective ways for individuals and organizations to make decisions, approach challenges, and build strong teams. The theme in this summary is Lego-inspired theme. Hi friends, welcome to AvoReads. The books being summarized and reviewed here are on topics such as personal finance, investments, and self-improvement. So, let's get started on today's book. Takeaway number 1. Principles. The author found it helpful to think of his life as if it were a game, in which each problem is a puzzle he needs to solve. By solving the puzzle, he gets a gem in the form of a principle that help him avoid the same sort of problem in the future. Collecting these gems continually improves his decision-making, so he is able to ascend to higher and higher levels of play, in which the game gets harder and the stakes become even greater. Principles are fundamental truths that serve as the foundations for behavior that gets you what you want out of life. They can be applied again and again in similar situations to help you achieve your goals. You can only make good decisions if you have solid principles based on your values. Adopting principles without giving them much thought can expose you to the risk of acting in ways inconsistent with your goals and your nature. The principles you choose can be anything you want them to be as long as they are authentic. As long as they reflect your true character and values. Systemize your decision making. Put it in the form of algorithms you can put in computers. The most important thing for you to do is that you develop your own principles, and ideally write them down. Think for yourself to decide. Number 1. What you want. Number 2. What is true. Number 3. What you should do to achieve 1 in light of 2. The author saw that the only way he could succeed would be to. Number 1. Seek out the smartest people who disagreed with him so he could try to understand their reasoning. Number 2. Know when not to have an opinion. Number 3. Develop, test, and systemize timeless and universal principles. Number 4. Balance risks in ways that keep the big upside while reducing the downside. One of the most valuable things you can do to improve your decision making is to think through your principles for making decisions, write them out in both words and computer algorithms, backtest them if possible, then use them on a real-time basis to run in parallel with your brain's decision making. The author learned that if you work hard and think creatively, you can have just about anything you want, but not everything you want. Takeaway number 2. Embrace reality and deal with it. Reality, plus dreams, plus determination, equals a successful life. In order to be successful, you need to be a hyper-realist. Being hyper-realist means having big dreams, but also being realistic about your situation, and having the determination to pursue your dreams. The fundamental cornerstone of any successful outcome is being honest with yourself, or more generally, having an accurate perception of reality. Additionally, you must be radically transparent and open-minded in order to be both aware of the changes occurring around you, and quick enough to effectively adapt to them. Instead of concentrating on how you believe things should be, concentrate on what you can learn from how things actually are. More meaningful work and more meaningful relationships will enter your life as a result of embracing radical truth and transparency. In order to maximize your output and utilize your full potential, it will also help you evolve in a changing environment. Evolution is the single greatest force in the universe. It is the only thing that is permanent, and it drives everything. Remember, no pain, no gain. Evolution won't always feel good. Pain plus reflection equals progress. If you can develop a reflexive reaction to psychic pain that causes you to reflect on it rather than avoid it, it will lead to your rapid learning or evolving. If you push through this process of personal evolution, you will naturally ascend to higher and higher level. Go towards your pain rather than avoid it. The quality of your life will depend on the choices you make at those painful moments. Takeaway number 3. Use the 5 steps process to get what you want out of life. Step 1. Have clear goals. Prioritize. You can have anything you want, but you can't have everything you want. Knowing how to deal with your setbacks is as important as knowing how to move forward. Step 2. Identify and don't tolerate the problems that stand in the way of you achieving those goals. Distinguish big problems from small ones. You have so much time and energy. Make sure you are investing them in exploring the problems that, if fixed, will yield you the biggest returns. But at the same time, make sure you spend enough time with the small problems to make sure they are not symptoms of larger ones. Step 3. Accurately diagnose the problems to get at their root causes. Distinguish proximate from root causes. Proximate causes are typically the actions, or lack of actions, that lead to problem, like I missed the train because I didn't check the train schedule. Root causes are typically described with adjectives like I didn't check the train schedule because I am forgetful. In order to truly solve your problems, you will need to distinguish the symptoms from the diseases. Step 4. Design plans that will get you around them. Remember that there are typically many paths to achieving your goals. You only need to find one that works. Recognize that it doesn't take a lot of time to design a good plan. A plan can be sketched out and refined in just hours, or spent out over days or weeks. But the process is essential because it determines what you will have to do to be effective. Too many people make the mistake of spending virtually no time on designing because they are preoccupied with execution. Step 5. Do what's necessary to push these designs through to results. Great planners who don't execute their plans go nowhere. You need to push through, and that requires self-discipline to follow your script. Establish clear metrics to make certain that you are following your plan. Remember that all 5 steps proceed from your values. Your values determine your goals. These 5 steps are iterative. When you complete one step, you will have acquired information that will most likely lead you to modify the other steps. When you have completed all 5, you will start again with a new goal. Takeaway number 4. Be radically open-minded. The 2 biggest barriers to good decision-making are your ego and blind spots. Together, they make it difficult for you to objectively see what is true about you and your circumstances, and to make the best possible decisions. The ego barrier. The ego barrier refers to your subliminal defense mechanisms that make it hard for you to accept your mistakes and weakness. They crave praise and respond to criticism as an attack, when the higher level parts of the brain understand that constructive criticism is good for you. Your 2 yous that fight to control you. The higher level you, which is the logical conscious you, and the lower level, which is the emotional subconscious you, always battle with each other. For example, when someone asks, "Why did I let myself eat all that cake?" The answer is because the lower level you won out over the thoughtful, higher level you. Those lower level you are like attack dogs. They want to fight even when their higher level selves want to figure things out. Another example could be when someone disagrees with you and asks you to explain your thinking. And when you perceive this as an attack, you get angry, even though it would be more logical for you to be interested in the other person's perspective, especially if they are intelligent. When you try to explain your behavior, your explanations don't make sense. That's because your lower level is trying to speak through your upper level you. Even the most intelligent people generally behave this way. To be effective, you must let your need to be right be more important than your need to find out what's true. If you are too proud of what you know or of how good you are at something, you will learn less, make inferior decisions, and fall short of your potential. Thoughts about this book. The whole book is full of real-world wisdom for people in all walks of life and work situations. I plan to use it as a reference book to find solutions for big and small problems. Some strong themes of the book that I felt are focusing on determining what is true, an open disagreement and sole pursuit of this, radical open-mindedness, staying humble and always asking, how am I sure I'm not the one who is wrong? I am impressed by the author's dedication in teaching everything he has learned to the world. It is evident that he sincerely wants to help others succeed. The book has taught me the significance of comprehending the fundamental building blocks of my life. I now appreciate the importance of understanding how things work and how to model successful habits based on these principles. This book is definitely worth reading for anyone. I hope you found the key takeaways and summary valuable. Be sure to check out other book summaries from this channel. Please consider subscribing and turn on the notification bell to receive more insightful summaries like this.